Hey, so this is probably have to see one or both of my kids. So they're playing Undertale. They're looking at the credits. I'm using the headset to sort of cut out a lot of the exterior noise. So Full Gear happened last night, and I wrote a long article about it. Well, inspired by Full Gear. It was really about Full Gear, pro wrestling in general, wrestlers, deathmatch, and how they had a big Saturday as well, and then some stuff about my life. Today I've been kind of thrown for a loop because um, check engine light came on in the car and it was acting funny, and it's just like I feel like I'm finally making strides, like making some money, job's going well, all this kind of stuff, and then they're just like things just keep getting set back. But I guess that's life, right? And so where do we start? Training. Mox going into his training. This book is a must read. So I got the cover over here. Is a must read for wrestling people in general. It is a must read. Um, the things that he talks about, he's got a $6 an hour security job to pay for this training. Full cost of tuition was 3 grand. 2,500 if you paid up front. He talks about HWA and how Cody Hawk took over for Les Thatcher, but how Les's name was still attached to it. How he got thrown into a show much faster than he thought he would. Um, the the line, "You might as well have walked up to me and told me in 2 hours you're going to main event WrestleMania," when they told him he was going to be in this battle royal of this indie show. Out by the ring truck, I pulled Mario aside, and in a whisper, but unable to control my excitement, I told him, "Dude, shh, dude, I'm in the Rumble, shh." This was top secret information. There could be guys from TMZ on the roof with long sports lenses about to blow the story wide open. Piccadilly dipshits being battle royal in Dayton, Ohio, in front of 250 people. I laughed out loud. This book had a number of these kind of moments, but him talking about the stuff that he's taught by Cody, what it was like, the drills that they ran, his when he ran this blow up drill when they were all exhausted already, and the two in front of them had already failed at it, but that how he was going to pace and get this new trainee through it, and he did it, and how good he felt, and how he realized what the point of the drill was. um that's My kids got jokes. uh, you know One thing you'll hear early on in any wrestling school is that it feels as if you're moving too slow. That's probably just right. At first, this may seem strange, but what it means is that when you're watching a high spot on TV, maybe Rey Mysterio and Psychosis doing some crazy head scissors, or Flair or Steamboat doing enough arm drags and hip tosses to make your head spin. They aren't moving as fast in real life as it seems on TV. If you get in the ring and start moving a million miles an hour, not only are you going to get blown up quicker, your timing will be off and the moves will get screwed up, or worse yet, someone will get hurt. You don't want to have what we call happy feet, the jittery hallmark of a green wrestler. This principle holds true in many other sports as well. Relax. Dustin Rhodes at 52 is still the fastest man in wrestling. That is true. I point that out all the time in my reviews of various AEW shows, Dark, Elevation, whatever, right? When he hits the ropes with that velocity, leapfrogging, running, ducking, and stopping on a dime, dropping to his knees to deliver his trademark Goldust punch, I'd be willing to bet he's at a resting heart rate. It's his footwork and timing honed to perfection from decades of repetition that make it look so smooth and so fast. There's just so many cool things. He does a spin it up, talks about the Deftones and defends them, defends Deftones around the fur to his dying breath, which is hysterical and really great. And then he talks about tag matches, how he was with this tag team partner, and then that partner left, and then he's a single and run as a babyface as a singles. And then he talks about law-abiding citizen for his movie pick. Again, this book just flows. It's so good. I was so glad that I had time to sit down, or in this case, lay down and read for a while. He talks about what he loves about Toronto, and Toronto is one of those, and Tim Hortons, and how he always asks for Tim Hortons when he's in Canada, when he was filming a movie there, and they, where do you want dinner from? And people like, it's fancy steakhouse or whatever, and he wanted Tim Hortons, this like fast food joint in Toronto, or near Toronto. And then he talks about this match that he had at the Ricoh Coliseum in Toronto with Triple H that probably wasn't televised, maybe not even filmed, but how what goes through when you're going to have this big match, and the sort of pecking order and who's supposed to come to who and talk about what you want to do. And he talks about how, Regal and Benoit, they didn't have to talk about their match at all, and how him and Triple H kind of held their cards close to the vest. But then they just went out there and killed it, and everybody loved it, and how it felt great to be a pro wrestler and doing wrestling stuff. And I thought about this when I was watching Full Gear, and obviously everybody had been given the green light to kind of go for it in their own way. And then I thought about how sad it was that Jon Moxley wasn't there, but then I thought, is it sad? Because right now, hopefully, he's getting better. And he and Renee are going through this journey together, and I hope they're good. And I hope when Moxley does come back, in a way it was better that he wasn't there. That sounds weird to say, but like, they all got to have moments last night. And then Moxley will get to come back and be in the real right frame of mind, because the guy that I'm reading in here is a pro wrestler's pro wrestler. And I thought of him because of the big moment they had in Deathmatch, where the one guy was attacked by a fan, so he busted the light tubes over his head, which is crazy. Then you had John Wayne Murdoch, the best deathmatch wrestler in the world, attacking his rival in a rival promotion, and AEW just killing it. And I thought about how important that is, that wrestling lives. It lives in deathmatch, it lives in AEW, and how I want better for the WWE, but really for the independent wrestling scene as a whole. And Jon Moxley, the one thing that I'm getting through all of this is he's just a wrestler's wrestler. And I will not go into all of that, but I will just say that my favorite chapter to date, I thought the training chapter would be my favorite to date, but it turns out it was this one about this match with Triple H, because he goes into great detail about it, the before, the during, and the after. And it is now my favorite chapter in the book. Toronto Ricoh Coliseum, March 12, 2016. It gets a lot of ink spilled, because in this thing it's usually like short bursts, but this gets like 7, 8 solid pages of incredible detail. So again, I cannot recommend this book highly enough. I'm going to get a chance to read more of it on Tuesday morning. So hopefully I'll put out a video, but that's assuming that the car doesn't cost too much to repair, and I'm working these super long shifts at work all week, because Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm going to work these 10.5-hour shifts, because Wednesday I got another like one day only kind of job. So my regular job was kind enough to let me come in 2 hours earlier, so I can make the 40 hours, and then I'm going to work the 8-9 hours at this thing on Wednesday, and then Saturday, hopefully everything with the car is copacetic and great, I'll come out to IWE to be part of more wrestling craziness. Get the Mox book. And all the best to Mox and the AEW crew for absolutely killing it, and the deathmatch guys for killing it. I mean, sounds weird to say, but you did Mox proud. And it's interesting that Mox talks about, he mentions Eddie Guerrero as well, and there were a lot of Eddie Guerrero tributes, because it's been 16 years since he died. And this book right now is the epicenter, though I've been informed that that Tony Schiavone book, Butts and Seats or whatever, is going to be sent to me once that comes out. I think end of November. So I need to keep reading this Mox book, but I want to. It's definitely a labor of love. Take care.